await what's expected to be a spirited hearing for the president's pick to head the CIA. Lawmakers today are getting a look at the classified legal argument that justifies the targeted killing of U.S. citizens overseas. You might remember a memo was leaked earlier this week to NBC News. Those are those so-called white pages that were the catalyst for this broader conversation we've been having about drones. These secret documents that we're talking about today, released now to the Intelligence Committee, are bigger than those white pages, more sought after, if you will. Congressman Rogers is the chairman of that Intelligence Committee, and he joins us now. So, Congressman, have you gotten a look at these legal documents?
I have. I read it this morning, Jenna.
Anything you can tell us about them? I understand they're secret, of course, and classified, but anything stands out to you?
You know, not really. It was what I thought was a solid legal argument. You know, the biggest thing here is why the administration believed that they should not have to show their oversight committee this particular document. That's what's stunning to me. I've gone through the legal document. We had the generalistic memo back in June of last year. We've been asking for this legal argument for some time. Got it this morning. I've read through it. I didn't see anything earth-shattering in there. And again,
sure,
I may disagree with some of their smaller issues, but the general conclusion, I agreed with them. An enemy combatant is an enemy combatant overseas. It doesn't matter what their citizenship is.
Now that you've seen it, do you think the public should see it too?
Because some of the information, even when they're citing past legal cases, is very sensitive. So it would reveal sources and methods of collection. So that part is worthy of protection. But that's why you have an oversight committee, and that's why I think it's so important that they not play this game about, well, here, take a peek at it, we're going to take it back. This is very, very sensitive. We deal with far more sensitive information every single day on the committee. It is our both statutory and constitutional responsibility for oversight of these types of agencies. And that part I just don't understand. And again, I happen to agree with their conclusion in their legal agreement.
Critics of the drone program, of the legal justification for taking out Americans overseas, and I want to be clear to our viewers, there's only been 3 American families that have filed suits about this, so we're talking about a small number. But critics of this program say it's really a slippery slope, and their concern is not just about today, but the future. How concerned are you that the legal justification for our drone program now may be misused somehow in the future by future administrations?
Well, and I will tell you, they went to great lengths in this legal document what was really looked like an affidavit to a court almost. The amount of information, cited information that was collected to allow you to come to the conclusion that this individual, Alaki, in this particular case, was an enemy combatant. Now, remember, this has a long precedence. So even in World War II, where you had U.S. Citizens joining enemy forces and fighting in combat to the United States of America, and what happened then is the law decided that that is not a defense. You can't say, well, I can't shoot at that particular unit, even though they're shooting at me because there may be a U.S. citizen in it. That doesn't count. Once you have joined the forces, are engaged in belligerent activities toward the United States, lose that right of citizenship when you're overseas.
What's interesting, though, you bring up World War II, is that we officially declared war in World War II, and that's something that critics go back to, is perhaps Congress needs to declare war, if you will, war on terror, whatever it is, an official declaration to give further justification for these types of killings. Do you think that's something that Congress should explore?
Well, we did pass an expansion of the authority of the president to go after al-Qaeda and other things. And as a result of that, by law, that is already in statute, the administration, George Bush started it with an executive order that laid out what's called the finding about what we would do in going after al-Qaeda, which would declare war on the United States, and then subsequent adjustments in the Obama administration to do that. So, again, I believe that the legal justification is there. Congress did say we have this unique thing. This is not a nation state, but it is transnational, meaning it operates in several different states. So we did give the authority. We are targeting those who are enemy combatants to the United States who are attempting to kill.
And you think that authority from now, that extends? You know, here we are, you know, a decade away from that, let's say. You feel that extends until forever?
Well, you have Al-Qaeda just, very recently trying to kill U.S. Citizens, including the most recent one in Algeria when they took over the hostages. But in 2009, they tried to blow up an aircraft over the city of Detroit when they were landing on Christmas Day, which was a very real, very serious event. But for a quarter of an inch, that device would have gone off, killing hundreds on the airplane and who knows how many hundreds on the ground. It was a very densely populated. So they are still under attack. Yeah. We should be able to go after and get after those folks overseas so they don't get here.
Your point is well taken. The beginning and end to the war on terror is challenging, to say the least. I want to just quickly get your thoughts on this, because we've talked a great deal in the past about your feelings about this administration leaking information to the press on highly classified situations and serious operations like the bin Laden raid. How concerned are you that a man that you've often criticized at being at the center of some of these leaks, John Brennan, may be the nation's top spy?
And for the record, I've never said that John Brennan was the center of the leaks. I have said that the administration, it concerns me, has had a series of leaks that have been very, very damaging. So I think that's a line of questioning that Mr. Brennan should have to go through in the Senate, and as I understand it, he will. Because you can't have a foreign policy that is delivered by leak to the American press. It's dangerous. We know it's cost us sources. We know it's cost us operations. We know it's put in jeopardy at least a part of the time, members of our special forces units that may have been involved in those raids. We had to protect their families. So it is really, really important that they get the notion that, yes, foreign policy is hard, but you have to sell it in a way that does not disclose classified information. And that's been concerning to me. I hope that they have gotten that message. I think today we'll hear a lot about that when the Senate does their questioning of Mr. Brennan.
Congressman, thank you very much for the time today. I know it's a busy one, as always, for you down on Capitol Hill, and we always appreciate you joining us. Thank you.
Thanks, John.
Some fascinating topics.